The sun was rising, the ocean calm. A cruise ship passenger stepped out onto her balcony, took a deep breath of fresh air, and was never seen again. This is the true story of what happened to Amy Lynn Bradley and the unsolved mystery that still haunts the open sea. It's me. Welcome to Last Words Lounge, where every whisper tells a true story. And today we're sailing into the unknown. In March 1998, 23-year-old Amy Bradley was on a cruise through the Caribbean with her parents and younger brother. She just graduated college and wanted to celebrate one last time before starting her new job. According to her family, she was the kind of person who would talk to anyone and known for her infectious laugh and bear hugs. The Bradleys were on the last day of their week-long cruise aboard the Royal Caribbean's Majesty of the Seas. On the evening of March 23rd, Amy enjoyed drinks and dancing at the ship's disco. She told her family she was heading to bed early but promised to be up for the sunrise. And so at around 5:30 a.m., her parents woke up in their cabin across the hall and saw Amy asleep on her balcony. They waved to her and went back to sleep. Just an hour later, when they woke up again, she was gone. The cruise ship was due to dock in Curacao in 5 hours. In that time, hundreds of passengers would get off the ship, many of them day trippers who had only boarded the night before. Amy's family searched the entire ship, the pool deck, the cabins, everywhere. But in the morning rush, with so many new faces on board, no one had seen her or knew anything about a missing passenger. Amy's family asked the crew to make an announcement over the intercom, but they refused until the ship had docked, which allowed hundreds of people to leave the ship. By the time a missing person announcement was made, it was too late. Amy was nowhere to be found. Her shoes, her identification, and all of her belongings were still in the cabin. It seemed unlikely that she would have left the ship without them. The cruise line treated it as a missing person case rather than a criminal investigation. No one thought to sail off the ship or question the passengers who had disembarked. After searching the ship with no results, Amy's family got off in Curacao and spent 2 weeks searching the island, putting up missing person posters and talking to locals. They heard rumors that she'd been spotted on a beach or in a brothel, but none of these turned out to be true. Back in the States, Amy's family reached out to the media and started receiving tips. One came from a U.S. Navy officer who said he'd seen Amy in a Caribbean club. She looked like she'd been partying heavily and was hanging out with some shady characters. He'd assumed she was with her family and didn't think much of it until he heard about her disappearance. Over the years, there have been many reported sightings of Amy, but none have been confirmed. Some believe that she was taken off the ship and trafficked. Others believe she slipped and fell into the ocean. There's no evidence that any of this is true. What we do know is that a young woman disappeared from a moving cruise ship without a trace. Amy's family never stopped looking for her. They hired private investigators and traveled all over the world following up on leads and whispers, even receiving emails from people who claimed to know her whereabouts, but none of these turned out to be true. To this day, Amy Lynn Bradley's case is still active. It's still listed on the FBI's website. Her parents dedicate their lives to finding her, warning other cruisers about safety on board, and sharing Amy's story so that her face, like their fight for justice, never fades away. But the question remains, how does a person vanish from a moving ship without a trace? And that's all we have for today here at Last Words. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe for more softly spoken true stories. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious. And remember, some mysteries are best left unsolved.